We have our fun-filled down bad debate, and this one's gonna be a fun one, man. It's a little bit NBA style, so we got it up on here on the screen if you can't see it. We got Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Anthony Edwards. You have to cut one player. Mr. BC, you're up top. You're up first, man. Who are you cutting?
I am going to cut Devin Booker in this one, just because of the fact that of all those guys, I feel like he's a multi-level scorer for sure, but I feel like most of those guys can give you the same amount of production and can, I think, give you that multi-level scoring, but play lockdown defense on the other end. Jason Tatum can give you that same multi-level scoring, but he also gives you, I think, playoff pedigree, clutch experience, like when it comes down to it. And then Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I think, is the biggest star of all those three guys, and his offensive versatility just far exceeds anything I think Booker. Not far exceeds, but it exceeds Booker beyond any point of like narrowing the gap. So I got to give it to Devin Booker. It's a close one. Like I said, each one we're nitpicking at this point, but I got to take Ant's defensive chops. I got to take Tatum's postseason chops, and then I got to take Shai's just star chops over DBook. Sorry, Suns fans.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, you're up, buddy.
No, he took the words right out of my mouth, man. Devin Booker for sure. The lack of defense is what is horrible to me. I don't like that at all. I like two-way players better than one-way players. Yes, Devin Booker's an amazing scorer, and he can score with the best of them, and he'll probably be up there in the ranks when his career is all said and done. But I need you to play defense too, doggy. Yep. If you're not out there playing defense, I don't want you out there on the floor for me. I'm sorry. I need a player that's going to go out there and play offense and defense the same kind of way that he's going to be playing. And JT does that. AE does that. And Shai does that. Like,
yeah, man,
it's just written on the wall for me. And dude, honestly, like I love DBook's game on the offensive end. Great scorer. I wish he was on the Miami Heat, but I gotta choose the defensive players, the two-way players over the one-way players.
And Shai too, if I'm not mistaken, I would say he's probably one of the most underrated perimeter defenders in the league. Dude, like led the league in steals, I think last year, a couple seasons ago. So
averages like 2.9 steals right now, or something like that.
Yeah. So like, dude, like, and nobody talks about that. Everybody talks about his scoring ability, which is otherworldly. But like, dude, you're those are like approaching like Michael Jordan levels of savviness on the defensive end. So just saying.
Yeah, no, for sure. And so for me, everybody knows my stance on Anthony Edwards. He drives me nuts, but I'm not gonna actually go Anthony Edwards in this one. That was gonna be my pick, just to stick with my stance on Anthony Edwards. But having said that,
of course you would.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. He is a good player. He just drives me nuts. Having said that, I am gonna go Devin Booker as well.
Do it for the views.
Do what?
Do it for the views.
Do it for the views. I mean, he is good. He just drives me nuts. I can't.
I mean, if we're talking about a player that drives me nuts, I'm gonna take out Jason Tatum. I think he's cringy as hell.
Yeah,
Brandon Jennings talk about he's the softest superstar in history.
Yes,
I kind of see it. I like,
I think
he is soft as hell. Yes,
I have never seen any superstar try to be so like. Well, I was gonna say no Diddy or pause, but you guys know what I mean. I've never seen any superstar try to be so hard, so tough. And he just comes across soft as Charmin. Like, my gosh, like that whole what was it he said when they won the title? Like, he tried so hard. Well, like, we did it. Yeah, it's like, stop trying to recreate KG, man. Like, you will not be Kevin Garnett. Just be Tatum.
Yeah.
Just like be calm and collected.
Don't like Kobe. Like when I heard about him sending Kobe a text and then he put it on his IG story to show everybody he sent Kobe a text after he passed away. Rest in peace to one of the GOATs. But after he did that, I was like, "You're a bitch. You're a bitch."
Say it without saying it.
Like, dude, yes, exactly. You don't need a post on IG for everybody to see. Okay, you want to send Kobe a text because you feel that spiritual connection. All right, that's cool. I get that. But to put it on IG so everybody sees that you sent Kobe a text, yo, you're cringe as fuck, my boy.
Or I mean, just make a post like everybody else and just say, dude, this man was an inspiration to me. I modeled so much of my game after this guy. He's an incredible player. Do that.
Since then,
stop making it about yourself. Like
since then, I've noticed the cringe shit that he does. Yeah. I'm just like, dude, get off of my screen. Please.
Seriously. Like, he tries so much to piggyback off of other players to make himself look good. And it's like, my guy, we all see through it. You are fake.
But as a basketball player, he is an MVP type player.
And he is.
I can't take that away.
If I had to nitpick on his game, I don't like how he tries to play. He tries to play either too much isolation or he tries to take over a game, and I just don't think that's in his game either. I think he's so much better served for the Celtics whenever he plays team basketball. Whenever he tries to take over a game, that's what we got Jaylen Brown for. Jaylen Brown's that dog. Jaylen Brown's the guy that's going to take it over for you if you need it to, kind of thing. Tatum should be better facilitator. You know, he's a fantastic player, one of the best in the league right now. But I don't like whenever he tries to play isolation basketball
it's amazing.
I see what you're saying. And I kind of disagree a little bit because I think he can do it, but I do agree with the fact that he be trying too much with it. Like you gotta let it just come to you when it comes to isolation plays. Like you gotta like if you see the court is spread out, everybody's on the three, and no one's by you. All right, run the 1-on-1. But like if someone's trying to set you a pick and then you wave them off, or it's too much of a clusterfuck in the lane, and you still try to run the 1-on-1 and go to the lane and try to make a layup, it's like, dude, why?
Right.
You got so many shooters. You guys literally live and die by the three. You got so many shooters, and you're out there.
And I find him taking too many threes. Like you can easily
trying to be like Steph.
Yeah, like I don't know. Some of his game kind of annoying. I guess I'm gonna take Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's gotta go.
Yeah, you know what? We could all just, let's just make it an F Boston moment. Be like, all right, Jason Tatum gone. Yeah, I will take DBooks. You know what? I may change my mind. I don't know, but like I might go with emotional and be like, you know what? I'll take DBooks lack of defense over Jason Tatum's cringe any day at this point. But like seriously, like just stop trying to be Steph. Stop trying to be KG. Stop trying to be Kobe. Be yourself. And it's amazing to me that how Boston's able to have this success when he has those moments like that. Mm-hmm. It just speaks to how great they are as a team.
No,
all right, so as a recap real quick. So you're gonna BC, why don't you start us off? Who are you taking?
Oh gosh. I at the beginning I was cutting DBook, but it's like now I'm so pissed off at Jason Tatum. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. For chemistry's sake, get rid of Tatum because I don't want his corny self ruining the flow of this team, man. Just let's just do it. Boston fans, come at me. I already hate the Red Sox, so you know what? Add the Celtics to it. Why not?
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna stick with basketball play here, and I'm gonna take away Devin Booker just because on the simple fact that he's not a two-way player. As great as these other guys, how BG has mentioned before, his defense is being overshadowed right now, which I do agree with that this season, but it's not the same level compared to Shai, AE, and JT, in my opinion.
All right, yeah. So if I had to take, I would go Devin Booker out of these ones. But we all kind of talked about it. Tatum annoys me, and Anthony Edwards drives me fucking nuts. So if I had to actually choose what I want to say, I would go Anthony Edwards. But for the actual, if we're really playing basketball, I would get rid of.
Say AE. Let's just all have different ones, man. Do it for the views.
You know what, Anthony Edwards, you gotta go. You drive me nuts, my man.
Yeah, man.
Anthony Edwards is not a team player, guys. Says BG.
Right.
I disagree. I disagree.
He drives me nuts, man. I can't stand Anthony Edwards.
I think he's a team player. I think he's just one of those guys that is very vocal, and he wants to
like Jimmy
to be known what is exactly. He wears his heart on his sleeve, just like Jimmy Butler. He wants everybody to know exactly what's going on in his mind, and then when they have a bad game, he'll let his teammates and everybody in the media know, "Yo, we suck right now," which is kind of a good thing. But then again, it can be a bad thing, and it can go to the negative side of
PR nightmare.
Team player.
Yeah.
PR nightmare. But
I don't know.
Yeah. So, hey, we all
there. It's that stuff that drives me nuts about Anthony Edwards. I think that he thinks he's better than he is.
I mean, I get it.
I mean, we all.
It's an ego thing, I would say.
Yeah. If he could check his ego, then he would be. I think what happened with him was that whole he's the face of the league thing, and I think that once that started going in the MJ comparisons and all that stuff, I think that's whenever it started going to his head, and he kind of like that. I just started noticing it more. Maybe I don't know, but that kind of drives me nuts.
BG just mentioned that right there. It's cancerous at the level, bro. It's too much ego. Yeah, it can be too much ego. 100%. I think that's gonna come with maturity. It's gonna come with maturity.
I agree. I mean, shoot.
For a guy that really hasn't won too much either, and that's where I think the problem comes in too. Like at least Tatum has a ring now. Tatum's been to the finals, stuff like that. Like Anthony Edwards, like in all honesty, like he wasn't even an MVP candidate last year. You know what I'm saying? Like for a guy that talks as much as he does and his ego is as big as it is, he hasn't really won much.
Yeah, I mean. I feel like he comes from a place of like, you can't guard me. And honestly, I would say 95% of those NBA players cannot guard him.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Sure.
I think that's where it comes from. I
That's
don't think it comes from like the
boy.
winning aspect of it, if you get what I'm saying.
Sure. I mean, he is on top of it. Sure, he is definitely, you know, a great player. It's not taken away from it. It's just the fact of so what? So you put up 40 and you lose. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
You know, here's your
It's
flowers.
all about the
You're
dub
great
at the
game.
end of the day. It's all about the dub at the end of the day. Don't let anybody else tell you differently. It's all about
Now, if he had a ring, maybe an MVP, okay. All right. You know, talk it. But you haven't even been an MVP candidate. So, like, let's pump the brakes a little bit, Brian.
Good.